Welcome back to The Betrayed. I'm Gina Beck.
This is Drew Williams.
Thank you for listening, liking, commenting, and subscribing. We appreciate y'all, especially the reviews on Apple Podcasts. It really means a lot.
Yeah, and like always, thank you again for the continued support, the continued engagement, and the hashtag BananaCats.
How are you, Drew?
I'm all right, G. How are you?
I'm doing well. Excited to get into this podcast.
This week, I'm kind of going to take an opportunity to kind of put a spotlight on myself, I guess, in some ways. Some of you guys might know, especially if you've listened to like an earlier episode, I have a condition called cyclic vomiting syndrome. It's a neurological mitochondrial disorder where I get into spells where I throw up basically like 5 times every minute, and they last anywhere from 24 hours. The longest was 6 weeks. Don't feel bad for me. I'm in my longest remission that I've been. This is just over 22 months with no hospital visits, which is like a huge deal for me. But March 5th is actually Cyclid Vomiting Awareness Day. And something pretty cool happened. I mean, I guess in my world, I think it's pretty cool. I'll just read the title: International CVS Awareness Day, March 5th, 2022. This day is an opportunity for everyone affected by CVS to help raise awareness. There are many ways to raise awareness, and you can help. This year, join CVSA as we light up bridges and buildings and iconic places in blue to light up the awareness of cyclic vomiting syndrome. In recognition of International Cyclic Vomiting Syndrome Awareness Day, held March 5th, Niagara Falls Illumination Board has agreed to light up both the US and Canada's side of Niagara Falls with blue in support of raising awareness of cyclic vomiting syndrome. Niagara Falls will be illuminated blue at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a duration of 15 minutes. And they have a note that says that due to the lighting conditions, they may fluctuate in time, and we'll be sure to link it. If you're listening it and don't see links, go to earthcam.com. Go to the Canada side and click on the Niagara Fall link, and that will bring you to a live feed. We could click on it right now and watch it. It's lit up all the time, a bunch of different colors. But I thought it was pretty cool. It's something I'm going to be watching on Saturday. So here in California at 7:30, I'll be watching.
Yeah, that is cool. And this is something that they put on every year?
No, this is the first time that the board has ever done this, and I believe I'm sure it's been lit pink for like breast cancer and things like that. They do it periodically. They've added different days of illnesses. If you look at the board, it's a bunch of different things. It's not just illnesses. There's some political causes and things like that, world peace, things like that. Because it's Niagara Falls falls on Ontario and New York State. The big falls, which most people think of, is actually on the Canadian side. I believe they are called the Horseshoe Falls. Yeah. And then the American side is called the American Falls and the Bridal Veil Falls. But yeah, they're usually always lit with some pretty crazy LEDs that just go back and forth. But they'll be solid blue for CVS. CVS, somehow blue has been recognized as our color.
Cool. It's cool that they're starting to do that.
Yeah. It's a big deal. Also, there's most people affected by CVS. I think the most impacted is probably children, and most of them that are diagnosed are children. And I thought it was something that I don't know, we should just bring awareness to, because those kids deserve a voice as well.
Yeah, and I think you mentioned it was before we started the podcast. If anybody has a story, right, and you wanted to let them know,
yeah, if you guys
come on.
Yeah, if anyone else has another rare illness, I know that we've made friends through our viewers. She has another rare illness. I'm not calling you out. I'm just saying there's people on there I know that I've met through our podcast that do have other rare diseases or whether, I mean, it could even get down to people, amputees and stuff like that. If you want to come and tell your story and talk about your struggle and help empower other people, our platform is open for that.
Definitely. Our socials are always linked below in the description. You can hit us up individually or check out The Betrayed and hit us up there. We always message back within a timely manner, and we would love to have anybody on.
Absolutely.
So the next thing that I wanted to talk about, it was just something that came to my attention, and I'm just gonna make it short and sweet. Not really sweet because this is actually really messed up. Sorry. Texas Little League coach and wife charged for like 8 boys for years, and they actually got caught, and they're done for. So these families of young boys have come forward because they have found out, and they started a lawsuit against Adam Isaacs and Evadale. They're little league coaches and a league president and his wife. Miranda Isaacs, an assistant coach for the league, also claiming the Isaacs grew boys and then, did stuff I can't say to them all while performing their jobs in the organization. And it's in Jasper County, 25 miles north of Beaumont. I just wanted to bring this up because you never know what a podcast can do, and you never know who a podcast can reach. And if you're listening to this based off the title, the thumbnail, it's on your recommended, somebody shared it on Facebook, who knows how you found this podcast. But if you know, like, if these names sound familiar, if this area sounds familiar, if you don't want to listen to me, and if you want to click the link in the description and read the article for yourself, be sure to speak out, because it sounds like a lot more people are coming forward, not just these 8 families. So just be sure to pay attention to what's going on in your area, because you never know, you know, kids don't always talk about things. You never know what maybe your kid could be involved in, and it takes that conversation for you to spark up in order to find those answers.
Absolutely. That's really scary to think that two people, I mean, what an absolute betrayal of the children, the parents, the league. I mean, it's just, you could just put the list down at that. At least they got caught. That's, I mean,
It went so far, for they even, like, they grew them, and they hosted overnight stays at their home. They hosted camping trips. They gave all these kids rides in their cars. They're accused of, like, showing them, toys for adults, bedroom toys, and exposing them to alcohol and drugs too. There's a laundry list of things. It's foul, it's bad. So if those names sound familiar, if the area sounds familiar, if you know, I just make sure you pay attention. Weirdos like that, or I guess it could be little league coaches.
like we always say, you never know. It could be literally anyone.
So check your kids' devices, check out the links in the description below. If you want to come on, whether it's a betrayal story, or if you have, a severe illness, or like Drew said, you're an amputee, a veteran, any kind of story, and you want to come on, message us. We appreciate you guys for listening, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Until next time, Banana Cats.
Banana cats. Much love. Peace.